Let's head over to our UK correspondent, John Cookson, for an update on what exactly is happening today in the UK. John, thank you for joining us. A busy day today. What's on the agenda?
Good morning from London, good morning from Buckingham Palace, where in about 2 hours from now a huge chapter in British history will unfold when King Charles and his Queen Camilla will take the 2-kilometre journey from the palace here in a coach down to Westminster Abbey, where the King will be crowned Charles III. And also Queen Camilla will also be crowned Queen, and then they'll return to, I think, a triumphant welcome from thousands of people who are already lined up in the Mall just out of eyeshot here. The atmosphere here in London is absolutely fantastic. The hotels are packed, you can't find a room anywhere. I just walked through Kensington Gardens, Hyde Park, and there are huge TV screens there with people getting ready to watch on screens, almost like a pop concert environment. Behind me, at the front of Buckingham Palace, you can see a number of police officers, some of 13,000 on duty today for this high security operation. There are a similar number of army, sailor and airmen on duty, making it one of the biggest military operations in recent British history. So the scene is set, the preparations have been done. King Charles was out and about yesterday. I saw him glad-handing some of the people in the Mall who've been camping out for days. He looked extremely relaxed. You'd imagine he had the weight of the world on his shoulders. That wasn't the impression that we got yesterday. He seemed very, very relaxed that all is going to be well. So, as I say, a hugely historic moment as Charles becomes king officially. He's already king on the death of the late Queen, but he is crowned king today along with Queen Camilla. Guys?
All right, John, thanks a lot. But then walk us through what to expect from 10 o'clock this morning. What would the ceremony be like? I know that this is essentially a religious ceremony, but then the whole world is watching. More than 100 foreign leaders are there already. Walk us through what to expect, and what's the symbolism of the fact that a new king emerges officially today?
Yes, it will be a huge TV audience. It's estimated that 2 billion people watched the Queen's funeral, and I imagine that that number of people will also watch today's event. You're right, it is essentially a religious ceremony. The Westminster Abbey itself is decked out magnificently in flowers. We got some early pictures of that yesterday, and the King and Queen will enter the Abbey in front of all those dignitaries, as you say. And then the ceremony begins. The Westminster Abbey, of course, 1,000 years old. The ceremony is 1,000 years old. And the King will take his place on the King Edward chair, which was built in 1300. It's the only surviving bit of furniture from that era. And then the ceremony proper will begin. At some point he'll be anointed with holy oil that's come from the Mount of Olives in Jerusalem. This ceremony, I suppose, the most sacred point in the whole operation, and we won't actually get to see that. The anointing will be screened off from TV cameras, as it was indeed for the late Queen's coronation in 1953. And then after that is the formal ceremony of the St Edward's crown being placed on King Charles's head. It's only used for coronations, and he will swear on the Bible. Then he'll swear the oath. The ceremony then continues, and it will be repeated, in fact, only to a lesser degree for Queen Camilla, who will also be crowned today. The magnificence of the occasion will be enormous. You'll hear amazing music from the likes of Andrew Lloyd Webber. There will be hymns, and it frankly will be as well as being a religious occasion, it will be a joyous occasion that the whole country seems seems to be behind at the moment. There's certainly coronation fever around at the moment. I have to say in recent days there's been some Republican feelings being aired on TV and radio, but that's not the mood today. The crowds here seem universally to support Charles and Queen Camilla at the moment. And then when they leave Westminster Abbey, they'll come back the same way they went to Buckingham Palace, and we'll see them on the balcony behind me at around 2 o'clock. And if the weather holds, and it is expected to rain a little bit later, we'll see a magnificent fly past with 60 RAF planes, but that depends on the weather being good. So it will be an amazing occasion to watch. I'm looking forward to it, as I'm sure millions, indeed perhaps billions of people in the world will enjoy it today.
All right, thank you, John. We'll definitely be catching up with you later in the day today.